in their lineup tonight. Guelph going 11-7.
Tyler Hopkins, who is a trade deadline pickup, centering this top line. We'll see a lot of him tonight through the playoffs as Carson Woodall back playing defense, swings it onto the wing for Garden. Garden right side, moves it to the middle. Odd numbers now for the Spitfires. Harvey trying to sneak one upstairs on Jovanovski. He had McKeish on the wing. Garden now swings out from behind the net, back to the point. Near side for Woodall. Woodall just sifts one through. Jovanovski will might leave there for Will McFadden, a converted forward playing defense now. Gallagher out to center. Dan Kovacic, the linesman, cleaned up that stick left on the ice. He gets it out of play, and then there's a shot from McKeish, stopped by Jovanovski. McFadden again in behind the net, glass it out. Spitfires get a touch on it. Serlin trying to knock it down. Woodall will steal. 4 minutes gone in the first. The Spitfires with an early shot lead of 6-1. And that's going to be an icing.
Sent away some veterans, notably local product Charlie Paquette to the Brantford Bulldogs. I guess we haven't mentioned it yet, but certainly well known. Guelph is hosting next year's 2027 Memorial Cup, and every deal they made this year was certainly had an eye to that.
Touched by McKeish into the zone. Top first back on it, right-handed defenseman, moves it up the wing. Finds Mark Pate, who scored his first OHL goal here in Windsor. Back on it first is 2 minutes as they will head off here, and that should just about do it for the first power play of the series.
Well, all five players, I think, were in all five positions, if you want to call them some positions on that power play. But lots of movement for the Spitfires, lots of puck movement, couple one-timers. Some good looks on the power play, but it was Jovanovski there to make the saves when called upon.
The 2026 OHL playoffs underway. Nathan Games, the first player in the Ontario Hockey League to score in the postseason, as the 4 other games, or I guess 3 others outside of this one, still scoreless. We'll get a look at the out-of-town scoreboard coming up a little bit later on. 2 games in the Eastern Conference. Owen Sound and Flint, the other Western Conference matchup tonight here. Yeah, the Guelph seem to have settled in, too, after a barrage of early Spitfire shots. And, you know, a team that hasn't played a lot of playoff games here the last few years. They've kind of settled into it.
There's that stanchion again to the left of Joey Costanzo. Puck went around the glass and instead comes back out through the middle of the zone unexpectedly. Although I guess the more that you play here in Windsor, you should expect it over in that corner.
What do they say? Expect the unexpected in that corner? Hockey League. And a 7-1-1-1 record down the stretch for that push to get that news as the puck goes down the ice. Singh just gets enough of it to dump it in. 3:20 to go. First period moving along. Spitfires 16-3 the shots. Here's Harvey, right side. The rookie for the Spitfires overskates it. Now Serlin with Pape. Snellgrove on the far side. Pape will dump it in. Serlin in front all alone was Pape. Costanzo left pad save. How did he get so open?
The Spitfires were thinking offense to transition, thinking it was going the other way. Instead, they leave a guy wide open in the slot. Joey Costanzo had to make his biggest save of the 4 he's had to make here in the first period so far.
Well, that's all you need to say. If that one gets by, and we're back to a 1-1 game despite the Spitfires
face-offs. Harvey goes in to take the draw. He's out here with McLaughlin and McKeish. McLaughlin jumping in as Garden was out on the tail end of that power play.
Parker Snellgrove, Ethan Miedema, and Leo Serlin. Played all 68. McKeish trying to weave through his man, gets it off a skate in for Kennedy.
Well, a fortunate break there for the Spitfires as Kennedy followed that up.
Shot towards the net, off the post, and the Spitfires follow it up, and they make it 2-0. McKeish cleans up.
Talked about a fortunate break for the Spitfires in the neutral zone. Could have been a costly turnover. Instead, it goes their way. Harvey takes that to the net. It gets in behind a sprawling Jovanovski, and McKeish, who originally had the puck on a stick in the neutral zone, is able to come in and just basically get a swipe at it, but he comes through with his skate. So this is getting A little bit of a conversation here. Let's get a look at it again. He goes in, misses it, and then that skate goes. I'm going to say this is going to be under review here for sure. Corey Stillman is McLaughlin, the Spitfires' first rounder from last year. Be deployed with some veterans down the stretch and not look out of place. And I think that's going to be a pretty good line here for head coach Greg Walters in the playoffs. If he elects to keep them together, of McLaughlin with Spellacy and Bill.
Peterborough has had 5 power play opportunities, but no score on that one so far. Beauchene reads it well, drives to the net. Beauchene trying to get a shot off. Now he sends it back. Costanzo was scrambling to get back into position. He got just enough of it. Gets by Beauchene and comes out.
And Beauchene had that puck on a string as he dipsy doodles his way to the net front. He did have some room in behind Costanzo on the post, just wasn't able on his 99 team in Ottawa.
Yes, that's right.
Former teammate of mine, Scott O'Connor, played for them partway through the year, so knew of that one. And then in Kitchener, it's a year before I coached in the league, Kitchener beat out the Sioux Greyhounds in the Western Conference Final the year they were hosting.
Here's Liam Greentree trying to get it over to Nesbitt. Jack, 13 points in his last 7 games. That one sent through from Walton. Broussard gets it on the forehand, forced by Caden Harvey. Greentree poking away at it.
7 goals, 6 assists for 13 points in those 7, but 7 goals in his last 4 games to finish the season. A hat trick up in the Sioux for Jack Nesbitt.
And every one of those games mattered, too, for the Spitfires down the stretch, as they were really pushing for that West Division crown.
Well, with Belchez, Villeneuve, and Spellacy out of the lineup, we talked about players needing to step up. And there's Nesbitt with a one-time chance, and he certainly was one of those guys, if not the guy down the stretch.
But it should be 18-17 now, Spitfires. Here's Greentree. Gets it out to center, to his center, Nesbitt. Philadelphia first-rounder, rookie Harvey lets it go for Greentree. His shot off of Nesbitt in front. Spada gets it to the line now, will clear.
So another new trio out here, back-to-back for head coach Greg Walters. Going to keep an eye on the bench, watch if there's anybody that's be slightly banged up, but we've got a line here of Nesbitt between Greentree and Harvey. First time with this look all game, and they followed up McLaughlin with Garden and Spellacy. So up until this point in the hockey game.
Here's Greentree left side, moves it to the middle, followed by Beauchene, down for Nesbitt. Shot, rebound, just chipped wide. Spitfires pick up a shot, they're 19th, and it's been a while.
I was going to say, up until this point in the hockey game, it's been the 4 lines that were on.
Beauchene, the outlet for Shabinski. His shot blocked into the near corner. It's Jaco Isaac. The outlet for Nesbitt. Nesbitt, as you could hear Caden Harvey calling for it. He was charging up and might have had a lane there. Good work by the active stick by the Storm defenseman. Nesbitt wrapped around, waiting for his Greentree on the backhand. Broussard trying to get a stick on it. Out of the scrum is Harvey. That's Nesbitt. Just backhands it back to an empty wing. Harvey will find it. Shovels it down for Greentree off the back of the net. Robinson was in deep. Wysick out to center. And it's knocked down by Snellgrove. Bouncing puck for me.
But as we've mentioned, they have been used to mixing and matching all season long. And I continue to write down line combinations. We are up almost 10 different ones, aside from the original 4 that were deployed up until Cristoforo's absence.
I kind of mentioned that with Liam there in that second intermission. Is top now. He's going to get a shot off, and again through a crowd. Joe
in games.
This really is best time of the year, isn't it? Opening day in baseball. Spring is around the corner. You got some playoff hockey on your TV here tonight. We'd love to see you here at the game. If you can't make it, your TV. Beauchene back down below the goal line, rims it around, jumping up to keep it alive. It's Fibiger, who's got the 3rd goal for the Spitfires. Greentree and Woodall the assists. Second point of the night for Woodall. McKenzie. In on the forecheck, Fibiger's got him pinned. Gallagher trying to squirrel away. Picked up in the trades with Brantford earlier this season. Again, we've talked about this. There's a shot. Spada up high, poked away. Spitfires trying to get on their horse. Poked away by Harvey. Shabinski fresh off the bench. Harvey drives wide. Harvey all the way back to the blue line, and then Gallagher slows him down. Obviously, Guelph, the underdog here, 7th seed in this one. Doesn't mean they'll try any less or go after it here in this series, but any game you can get in the playoffs and some of that experience to lead to next year's drive for the Memorial Cup, that'll go a long, long way for this Guelph Storm team. And Ethan Meadham has said, back in that first intermission, misses on the blockers side high. Pape the outlet far side for Stevens. Shuffled back towards the front of the net. Snellgrove chases after it. Spitfires poke at it. It's Harvey. Gets it back from Fibiger, and he'll back up in behind his net. 8.5 to go on this one. Outlet to McKee. She's in over the line. His weak shot off a stick in behind the net. Harvey sends it right back, goes off the referee. And then Harvey kicks down the clearing attempt. He's going to lead back at the point for Robinson. Gets it back. Shot right on. Jovanovski, and that rebound hopped over the stick of McKeish.
Again, Jovanovski makes the read. And he's there to square up to that one-timer by Harvey. He's done it both sides of the ice.
Harvey takes the hit from Singh.
Just going to say, Jovanovski definitely giving his underdog Guelph Storm team a chance. It's the 7th seed coming into the West Division champs for the 4th time in 5 years. The WFCU Center, home of the Windsor Spitfires.
To the front of the net, Spitfires are there, and it's going to be Harvey sending it back for Robinson, jumping up into the play. He'll hold on to it. His pucks
in the neutral zone. They're trying to spring guys. Good thing I didn't say, because
that would have been foolish, Nick.
Yeah. They're able to spring Green Tree, and he does the rest.
I'll move a little Forsbergian one-hander. Tucked it in behind Jovanovski. 4-0 Spits. McKeish, left side, top. Gets them tangled up. They ride each other into the end wall. Snellgrove as Garden falls. The Spitfires chop at it to the line, and it stays. Nope, it gets out. Just that last second poke by Avery. Spada to center. Knocked down Shabinski. They're in onside. Shabinski back down for Wysick. Ferran tries to tighten up his check on the rookie, who at this point in this season, I don't know if we should be calling anyone a rookie, as he's had a heck of a season. The Spitfires will clear with 15 seconds remaining. 4-0. A Game 1 win for the Windsor Spitfires to start the Western Conference quarterfinals.